I just dropped my keys. That's embarrassing. Hello, everyone. So this week, I'm not going to be sharing an original song with you guys, but I have something just as good. Well, I think just as good. I'm going to be sharing a spoken word that I wrote with you guys. So, it it's a spoken word, so it kind of speaks for itself. But basically, this is just something that I'm really passionate about. The title of it is called "If You Could See," and I'm in my apartment, and there's people walking above me. Nice. And it's basically about if you could see. And you know what? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. You'll see what it's about. Okay. But I am recording this with my computer because I don't have it memorized yet. So yes, but I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, this is if you could see. If you could see past the beauty, you'd see the bruises she refuses to show. No one can know he's abusive, 'cause she thinks if she loses him, she loses her identity. If you could see past the muscle, you'd see a man who's nothing more than a shell of a body, 'cause nobody cared who he was until he played sports and made the homecoming court, so he trains through the pain and the fear of losing everything he's worked for. If you could see past the sarcasm, you'd see someone who's scared of being honest because they don't want to face the truth. If you only knew what they'd been through, you'd understand why they try so hard to make you laugh. If you could see past their race, you'd see a face that is beautifully unique, but they've erased every trace of their culture from their Facebook because they've been ignorantly misunderstood and are afraid of never fitting into this culture of Hollywood. If you could see past the age, you'd see a spirit inside an old soul who's waiting for someone to ask what their story is. A lifetime of knowledge, of laughter and tears, but years of growth mean nothing if they are never acknowledged. If you could see past the weight, you'd wait to pass your judgment and instead understand that the way you dissect them is only a fraction of the way they degrade themselves, and perhaps they don't need another opinion, but rather an actual friend who adores every single inch of their skin. If you could see past the prescription, you'd see a life on a thread, not dead, but not alive, because you try to survive depression without losing feeling. And dealing with the problem isn't easy when your problems outnumber the waves in the sea. If you could see past the pregnancy, you'd see her praying for protection over a baby that was forged out of force. And of course, you can't see that she never wanted to agree to this, but she's stuck with the repercussions as he slips away without a single obstruction, and all she is left with is her shame and your judgment. If you could see past the first glance that you took at these people, you'd see that each one has a story to tell and to finish, and they wish that someone would actually care, but instead you stare and you try to figure them out without a doubt that there might actually be more to them than meets the eye. I can't live like that. I want to see past the lies, see past the smiles, see past the walls, because we all hurt. We all need love. We all need someone who knows the true story and not just the front cover. They should not suffer just because I'm too focused on myself to see where they are, because it's not too far from my own war. I've worn a mask half my life and filtered out every flaw, but I finished that show and I don't want your applause. I just want to live. And I want to love relentlessly, extensively, unconditionally. That means I choose to see every side of you and love you even more than I did before. And now your war is mine, and you don't have to try to do this alone. Because if you can see through the eyes of someone who loves, you'll be slow to judge and quick to listen. And you won't just listen, you'll actually care. And that's where I want to be. A place where everyone loves who they see.